Hi, I'm McCauley in Syracuse, New York, and this is Pray It Off. Everyone picks up their packet every week and goes to their table, and then we weigh people in, and I know what everyone does. They start flipping through. What are we going to talk about tonight? And I saw a few people go, oh no, not portion control and sodium. Are you kidding me? I'm going to leave right now, Ellen. I've got a commitment. I got to go. No one wants to talk about portion control and sodium because it's kind of a yawner, first of all. I'll try to jazz it up as best I can. But it's getting to the point where you're saying, wait a minute. I have to eat less of what those things I really like. And now you're telling me I can't have a honker piece of chicken? I got to have a deck of cards? Are you kidding me? Here's what I'm saying. We gotta pay attention to the portion sizes. No one is having so much salad that, you know, they're worried about their portion of salad unless you're talking about the accoutrements, the dressing and the cheese and all those other things. But there's tricks, and that's what we're going to talk about, portion control tips. One of the things is you fix yourself a plate of food and then you put it away. And then you say, I'm going to eat this one plate of food. If you've got a whole bowl of mashed potatoes and a whole bowl of stuffing and a big platter of ham on the table, then you're sitting there going, I think I'll just have a little bit more. Little bit mores are what's gotten us in a lot of trouble. So we need to have one plate of food, get the food out of our sight, and say, this is what I'm eating tonight, period. They also suggest we use meat as a side dish. You have like a medium-sized sweet potato, you have a big salad, and you have a deck of cards-sized piece of meat. So many times people think meat is the main course, and these other things have to be smaller, like a third, a third, a third. Split a serving. I never went to a restaurant, pre-pray it off, and took anything home. I ate it all, and I ate dessert too, and I was stuffed and could barely walk out, but I didn't. Doggy bags are a way of life. And here's something funny. I don't never eat it. Once I leave the restaurant, I take half home. We don't go out that much, first of all, but I take half home when I do, and then I give it to Bob. I don't ever eat it. I figure if I'm going to have a treat, let's say it's veal parmesan, and I eat half in the restaurant, I don't want the other half because it already was a treat enough. I give it to someone else. And the guys will eat anything. Won't they, Bob? He always eats it.
Yes, they will.
You need to learn serving sizes. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. If a serving size of meat is a deck of cards, one time I did this. I brought in all the visuals. You know, deck of cards. Because sometimes we forget what a deck of cards is. We think a deck of cards is this. But it's not. A deck of cards is So, a deck of cards. And then grains, which is the carbs, and you should try to have brown grains, etc., is the size of a tennis ball. Not a basketball, a tennis ball. And then also vegetables. No, vegetables are the size of your fist. Now, if you want to have 2 fistfuls of broccoli, that's what we're talking about. We're not saying, well, I only had a fist because that's a serving size. You can have 2 or 3 servings of the good things. And then they talk about eating small meals, 5 or 6 a day. Tons of people say that. It never worked for me personally, ever. I have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I can't have snacks. I can't do this 5 or 6 small meals a day. If it works for you, fine. But what is the operative word there, everybody? Small. They're not saying, you know, have 8-course meals 5 or 6 times a day. Also, when you portion out your food, if you read the can of nuts and it says 1 serving, 130 calories, 6 nuts. And you get all these mini baggies, and you sit there and go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 baggies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you sitting there with the can, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, there's one person who will remain nameless who had nuts every day for a snack, and I said, how's your portion size? And this person said, what do you mean? You know, because there was a lot of nuts getting eaten there. So, yeah, portion it out ahead of time, even if it's chips. If you have baked Lays and you read the bag, always read the bag. Because I told you, we sell these candies in the gift shop. There's not that many in there. And it says 130 calories. So one guy, he's a visitor every day, he goes, I get one of these every day, there's only 130 calories. And I go, well, there's 2 servings. He goes, what? I go, that means there's 260. No, he says, it's 130, says so right there. And I go, and it also says 2 servings. You know what that means? That means you eat 2 of these. What do you mean, I gotta buy another one? No. What that means is 130. I don't think he ever quite got it. But I think we in this group get it. That means there's 260 in the bag. You eat the whole bag, 260. So try to break down your leftovers. All right, we're going to go right into talking more about portion sizes. We would have spaghetti every Sunday growing up. Every Sunday, my father would make the sauce from scratch. He'd get up at the crack of dawn, he'd be slicing fresh tomatoes, and his grandparents came right from Ireland, but he could make a mean pot of spaghetti. Our serving sizes are what the food pyramid suggests for a family of 5. We would have a plate full of spaghetti like that would kill a horse. I'm telling you, spaghetti should be, what did they say? The size of your fist. All right, a woman's fist or baseball is vegetables or fruit. And you know, no one's going to kill you on the veggies or fruits. And then when they talk about raw veggies or raw fruit, I'm not even worried about any of that. Even the meat. You know, if you're having broiled chicken breast and you want 2 decks of cards, that's not what's getting you in trouble. I don't even see the serving size of pizza on here. You know why you're not supposed to be eating it? Tennis ball, about 1/2 cup of ice cream. Now there are people who will say 1/2 cup of ice cream. Good for you. I applaud that. I'd rather have no cup of ice cream than a 1/2 cup. Because I was never good at 1/2 cup. Because a 1/2 cup tasted so good that I'd say, maybe just another 1/2 cup. And then I'd have the gallon and it'd be melting down my shirt and I'd be spooning it right out. I'd rather have no ice cream. A computer mouse is the size of the small baked potato. I don't think we should be having baked potatoes with sour cream and butter. Try a sweet potato, try brown rice, try whole grains. A compact disc is the size of 1 serving of pancake or small waffle. And for those young people, a compact disc was a square item this big that you used to put in a computer. I've never seen in a restaurant anyone say, I'll have an order of pancake, and they brought out 3 pancakes the size of a compact disc. Has anyone else seen that? Because you'd be like, what the heck is this? I want some pancakes here, not 3 compact discs. What you really should do is not have them at all. And you might say, are you serious? Pancakes and waffles, there's no book. Let me go look. Where is the pancake waffle diet? I don't see it. I do not see it. A checkbook is a serving size of fish, 3 ounces. Again, fish isn't getting you in trouble unless you're buying processed fish that has too much sodium or it's fried. And they're saying eyeball it. You need to have a reasonable portion size. And I've been here when we've had our healthy luncheons, and there's the plates of food that people get, they're pretty substantial. So we need to really pay attention to our serving sizes. Let's just talk again about specific items. 1 slice of whole grain bread is a serving size. So if you're having 2 sandwiches a day, there's 4 servings of carbohydrates. 1/2 cup of cooked rice. Does anyone know what a 1/2 cup is? It ain't much. It's not much. A 1/2 cup of mashed potatoes, 3 to 4 small crackers. Again, trigger food, crackers, trigger food, small pancake or waffle. 2 medium-sized cookies. Again, there's no cookie diet book. There is none. Also, the vegetables, lettuce, I'm not worried about those. Vegetable juice, lot of sodium. Not worried about the apples or mangoes or berries. You want a whole couple blueberries and that's 140 calories. That's not what's making us overweight. Nobody came here and said, I had too many blueberries last week. I know I'm going to put on some weight. No one's ever said that. All right. Also, hamburgers. Hamburgers are fine. Bob and I have a lot of turkey burgers. We have a lot of chicken burgers, but we don't have the buns. You know what? You can eat a burger with a fork. It can be done. You just take the fork, you kind of pass it over there, eat it. Buns are useless, wasteless calories. You don't need it. All right, so this just goes on and on about handfuls, baseballs, hockey pucks, compact disc, no basketballs, no footballs. All of them are small. Also, one of the things that I think we all do is we pick at things. We have too much BLTs, bites, licks, and tastes. You know, when someone says, I really don't want any cake because it's really, you know, I'm not going to have any cake. I'll just have a little taste. Ooh, that was kind of good. Just one more taste. So then you think, well, I just had a few tastes. Well, that taste turned out to be a piece of cake this big. We need to really watch those two. You can ask for half or smaller portions at restaurants. You can say, I want it wrapped up ahead of time. You know, when you're sitting there and you're talking after, you say, well, I'm not going to eat half of this. And you're talking to your husband or whatever, and you pick. Oh, where did my doggy bag go? You know, that's why they say get rid of it. All right, we're going to stop right there, Bob.